For whatever reason, just probably luck of the draw, or who knows, but this one just seems to be better. This plant has outgrown the plant next to it. Don't know why, but that's it. I'll just leave that there to compost. There's no point. Hey, it's Greg here with MaritimeGardening.com, and today I'm going to talk about that awful choice we have to make sometimes as gardeners when we've got two plants growing in one space, and one of them has to go. And I've talked in previous videos about plucking up one of those plants and moving it somewhere else. You got a space somewhere else in your garden, there's nothing growing in it. Sure, you can move one of these. It might be set back a couple weeks, but you know, if there's enough growing season left, yeah, if you got two things and you got another place to put one of those, why not? But what if you got no place left? Right? There's no more room in the garden, and basically you're going to have to kill one of those plants. You're going to have to choose which one's going to live and which one's going to just become compost. And so I thought I'd do a video this evening talking about how I make that choice and bring you in for some close-ups here. And I mean, really, it's just about choosing the plant that you think is going to do the best. And I know there's people that think, well, why wouldn't you just leave both of them growing there? Wouldn't you get twice as much? And it just doesn't work that way. For most, it's like a fruit bear, you know, it's a squash plant. You're better off to have one big, strong, healthy plant than two medium plants right next to each other competing for sun and water and nutrients and stuff like that. Big, healthy plants are the best thing, as opposed to lots of medium, less than optimal plant. You want the plant to, you know, reach maturity in its best possible form, achieve its fullest potential. It's going to give you the best results in that way. So that means we have to choose one of these and, you know, eliminate the other. So let's bring in close and let me show you how I'm going to make a decision between these two here. So I don't know how well this is going to show on camera, but what I look at, and I've probably let these go too long. It's because I've been planning to make this video and I keep putting it off. I should have pulled one of these out 2 weeks ago, really. But what I look at is the size of the biggest leaves, right? The plant that makes the biggest leaves is the best plant at getting sun, right? And it's all about sun, sun's energy, right? Plants are sun gatherers, like solar cells are sun gathering organisms. They gather energy from the sun, we eat them, we get the energy. So I look at the size of leaves, size of foliage, because the plant with the biggest leaves is getting the sun the best. I also look at how many leaves it has, right? Is it putting out more leaves? And looking at these two plants, this one has bigger foliage and more leaves put out. So for whatever reason, it could just be luck of the draw. Here's a mustard plant here, but for whatever reason, just probably luck of the draw, or who knows. But this one just seems to be better. This plant has outgrown the plant next to it. Don't know why, but that's it. And I'll just leave that there to compost. There's no point. Just leave it right there. Right, so this one gets to live. This garden needs a little bit more mulch, but this one's well on its way. Let's go look at another one. All right, we got another two here. I mean, it just kills me. I got three here, actually. 3 plants in one space. So I tend to plant squash in threes because they don't always germinate. Sometimes they get taken out by slugs. And every once in a while you just, you know, let's say, you know, well, you just want to be able to choose the biggest, best, most vigorous growing one. So here we got, this one's got some nice big leaves. It's got a good number of leaves. And this one has some nice big leaves. And this one has some, probably not as big. I don't know, it's a close one. Very close. I'd say these two here are the biggest and best, I think. They all have 3 big ones. Well, no, so this one has 3 big ones. This one has 3 big ones, but this one's 3 big ones are bigger than this guy. So this guy is being outperformed by the other two, so he's gone. This is hard decision making here. Now here we got 2. Each of them has 3 leaves. And this one's been attacked a little bit. This one looks like it's in a bit better shape. The leaves are about equivalent. This one might be a little bit bigger. I don't know, it's close, but this one seems to be, this one has some bigger leaves, but this one seems more vigorous. It has more leaves, right? The big leaves are about the same size as the big leaves on this one, but this one seems to have been more vigorous. It's got more leaves coming up. So I think this one is coming out. All right. So there, now we're down to one. All right, that's how we do it. So I've got one more plant over here where there's two and one needs to go. It's obvious to me that the one over here is a bit smaller, so I'm gonna keep this one and take this one out. But I'm not gonna just rip that one out and let it die, because I've got one space left in my garden where I can put something like a squash. And it's gonna rain the next 2 days, so it's it's evening, right? The sun's gonna set in a couple hours. So it's an ideal time to move the plant because they're not really under any stress during the evening. And then it's gonna be overcast and rainy the next couple days, so the plant can recover from being moved in sort of ideal conditions. So I just did a video on moving plants on sunny days. I think it was called How to Move Plants on Sunny Days. If it's a sunny day and you don't have any rain coming, you move the plant, you water it, and you put a box or something over it. You put a branch, put a tree branch over it, something to keep the sun off it during the day, right? You put a box or cardboard or a paper bag, you put something over the plant during the day, you take it off at dusk, and you put it back on, in the morning before you leave for work, sort of thing. So it's getting some little bit of light every day, dawn and dusk, but it's not getting the full sun of the day, and you just leave it like that for a number of days while it recuperates. But I don't need to do that because I got some rain coming. So yeah, I'm gonna pluck this one out and move it. I'm not gonna bother filming it. But I just thought I always wonder, like, I have the hardest time, I used to especially, have the hardest time making these decisions. And now my garden's so big, I really don't have time to think about it and muck around and just rip things out and move them. But I do have a decision-making process about how I decide which one gets to live and which one is gonna become compost. And yeah, it's basically just looking at the foliage and making that decision. Which of these plants is the best, most successful plant at gathering, doing the things it needs to do to gather energy from the sun. Which plant's outgrowing the other one, right? Size of leaves and how many leaves it's put out. So I hope you found that interesting. Just a short video. I was just doing this and I thought I might as well film it. I wonder if some people agonize over that decision. Give you some parameters to help you, get through that hard choice. It's a tough love, right? So anyway, I hope you found that interesting. If you did, please like, share, subscribe. Check out my podcast, maritimegardening.com. And until next time, get out there, get at it, have fun in your garden. Thanks for watching.